Hello everyone and welcome to our webinar today, which is a preview of version 9 of MEDIAL. Just some program notes, we will be recording the webinar today, so if you want to share this with colleagues after the event, feel free to do so. We'll also be doing a Q&A at the end of this webinar session. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The main thrust of version 9 of MEDIAL is that we'll be introducing some features that use AI. This is obviously very of the moment and very exciting as well. So I'll go into those features now. I'll show a summary of them and I'll also go into a browser to show you how they work. So the first thing to go into before we start talking about AI is the very important feature of closed captions. So in terms of AI, captions are very important because they are what we use as a basis to generate a lot of our AI related content and related features. So in the past, the issue that our customers have had with captions are that they wanted to do captions because there's a good reason for doing that. Obviously accessibility, that is the really big upside of doing captions. But the downside of doing captions was normally the cost and the fact that they cost a fair bit of money. And that's not something we really had a lot of control over. And we were just simply passing the cost on to our customers when people were deploying captions on the MEDIAL system. So how is that going to change with version 9 of MEDIAL? Well, essentially we're going to have a lot more pros and a lot less cons. So the pros are the fact that you'll still be able to get amazing accessibility with your closed captions as you always did, but the pros are going to be around these AI features that we've developed, which essentially need closed captions in order to function. So video search, video quiz, chaptering, etc. Lots of different features. And I'll show the vast majority of those today and you can see how they work. Also, the benefit of that as well is that the cost is going to be coming down a lot. So whereas in the past you would have paid a reasonable amount of money for captions, the cost is coming down significantly. So not only are you going to get the AI features, but you're also going to get much more affordable closed captions as well, because we're going to be using a OpenAI Whisper model to generate those captions rather than a third party. So AI captions, what are the differences between what you might have now with captions and what you're going to get in the future? So essentially what this is we're going to have these new captions profiles and they're all called MEDIAL LM, as in language model. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving you these caption profiles, and rather than going off to a third party, this is going to go off to a service that we are going to run ourselves, hence bringing the cost right down. These profiles are going to be ones that are much more affordable, and it should make it so that you should be able to caption all of your video content, not only for the purposes of accessibility, but also for the purposes of getting our amazing AI features as well. So here's just an idea of how this is going to work in practice. You're going to select a MEDIAL LM profile, and then it's just going to automatically caption everything. So rather than permissioning the ability to get closed captions, which you'll still be able to do, by the way, you will be able to automatically caption all of your content at an affordable price. There are also options to use the existing third party that we use for closed captioning. So if you are somebody that wants human captioning, and I know there's a few of our customers that do, we're not getting rid of that by any means. It's just that this is a much more affordable way of doing automatic speech recognition captions, i.e. auto captioning, that is done by AI rather than a human. And we'll talk about the pricing for this later on in the webinar, as well as the pricing for the new AI features as well. So moving on, what we can do now is we can talk about one of the AI features that we're implementing in version 9 of MEDIAL, which is AI quizzes. So I'm going to demonstrate the AI quizzes in the LMS. So in this case, I'm in Moodle. The reason why I'm going to do this is because of another feature that's in version 9, i.e. linking quizzes to grading. So all the quizzes that I'm going to show you today are gradable within the LMS. The reason for that is that we're migrating from LTI 1.1 to LTI 1.3. So imagine you're using your LMS, in this case Moodle, as shown on screen here. You come into your Moodle, you set up a MEDIAL activity, you go to MEDIAL as you normally do, which allows you to upload a file, select a file, etc. And what you would do is, instead of doing these options that you're very familiar with, you go to build a quiz. Here, I've already set up some quizzes already, but we'll do a new one because obviously this is a new feature and we want to see how this works. So if we go to new, we've got two different options here. So one, we could manually set up a quiz if we want to, or we could use AI and let AI set the quiz up for us. So we'll click on AI. We could upload a new file if we want to. I'm just going to choose an existing file just for speed. We'll go and search for some files and we'll find a file here. So this particular file here is just an instructional video on how a teacher could add some content using our Moodle plugin. So I'll select that. And then here we've selected the video that we're going to use for the quiz. We can configure the quiz here. So there's lots of different options that we can put in here. We can allow it to show answers, allow skipping. We'll do that for the demo. We can even allow the questions to be time limited, allow pausing, etc. So we'll just put that we're going to allow some skipping, and maybe we'll show the answers after each question as well. It's probably quite a good option. Now this is the clever bit. This is the AI bit here. So essentially what we're going to do is we're going to tell our AI to create some quiz questions based on the video. So here, I mean, it's a pretty short video. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to tell it to produce 2 of each. So it's going to do a multiple choice, 2 multiple choice questions, 2 true and false, and 2 free text answer. We can also give it a difficulty level as well if we're catering for different students of different abilities. At that point, we click next. This now goes away, and as if by magic, AI has created some questions for us, as we can see here. So here's all of our questions. We can see here, you know, these are based on the video about the MEDIAL Moodle plugin. Now, there might be a question or two in here that you don't like, you know, ones that you don't think are suitable for the quiz. So we'll have a look at this one here and say, well, which platform is being demonstrated to add the content items? Where it says Moodle. I mean, that seems like a particularly easy question. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete that question and then we're going to replace it with another one. Okay, so it's given us another free text answer. Which type of video file can a teacher upload? And we've got pre-recorded. Again, probably not that happy with that. It's probably a relatively difficult one to get right as a free text. So we'll do another one. What should a teacher choose after filling out final details? Okay, thumbnail. I'm good with that. So we can kind of choose these questions. We can delete them completely if we're not happy with them, or we can choose to have new ones generated. Once we're happy with our quiz questions that are going to go on our timeline, now click next. And what this does is it gives us all of the quiz questions along the timeline here. So at this point, if we wanted to, we could even say, okay, not happy with this question, get rid of it. We could even add a new question of our own at this point as well, manually. I'm not going to be super fussy here because I'm happy with my questions. We can also add annotations over the video. We could even add a link to appear at the end of the video, at the start of the video, whatever we want to do. But I'm pretty happy with my quiz, so I'm just going to publish my quiz and I'm going to exit. So now you can see my quiz has been added to the course page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in as a student. Okay, so here I am logged in as a student. I'm going to watch the video here and we can see, what can we see? So we can see the title of the quiz.
Welcome to this instructional video.
And we can see here all of the questions along the timeline here. So remember, we set it up so that we could skip a little bit. Here we go. We've got our question coming up. So we'll answer these questions. Got that wrong. We will also get this one wrong as well. Skip forward. So there we can see at the end of the quiz, I scored 50%. So it will show me here, but also the other very, very cool thing about this is that now when I go to my course page, I will be able to see my grade. So here we go. That's gone straight into the grade book for the teachers and students to see it. So there is the video quiz that I took. I've got a 50% score because I got 3 out of 6 of the questions. So there we go. That's the benefit of using LTI 1.3 over LTI 1.1. We've got grading within our quiz, video quiz within Moodle and within the other LMSs as well. So as a brief recap, we can create a quiz. We can create questions using AI. We can set the number of questions and the difficulty level. Those questions can be generated. We can edit them or we can delete them. We can configure the quiz questions once they've been generated, so we could add them, delete them, amend them, etc., add annotations and links. And then we can allow for that activity to be graded within the gradebook within the LMS. And once we have the quiz and we're taking it, we can see the quiz questions along the timeline as well. And obviously take the quiz and see the grade at the end as the teacher or as the student. So now that we've ascertained that we've got our captions and we're getting those affordably, and as a result of having those, we can do some cool AI stuff. What other stuff can we do now that we've got AI enabled within MEDIAL? So the first thing we can do is video search. So this is a new function within V9 of MEDIAL, and I'll show this in a browser in a second, but here on the slide you can see here, when we search for a particular word, we can search for moments in that video that that word appears, which is a really, really powerful feature. And you can see here on the playback page as well, we've got all of the matches for that word that appear on the playback page as well. So this feature is called in-video search. So let's see this feature in action within the MEDIAL portal. So if I go to search here and I search on assignment, as was in my example, this brings back these 2 videos, and you can see here, these are the moments that it's pulled out in terms of that particular word. So if we go to this video here, this will play a video about an assignment, and you can see here is the in-video search. So we can scroll through all of the moments where the word assignment was said, and we can get to those moments. If we click on that, it will start the video at that moment that was said. So it's a really, really powerful feature, a really nice way of students being able to search for a particular keyword in a video and get to that point within the video. Another feature that we have in Versionize is the ability to create chapters using AI. So here we're just creating a chapter for a teaching learning video here, and you can see it's created all of the chapters automatically using AI with some start and end points here, which is great. And also along the timeline of the video as well, we can also see these chapter marks here. So it's very similar to how YouTube with chapter video just provides the user with a really, really easy way of seeing what's in that video, what sections there are, what sort of things they can expect in that section of the video. So again, making the video much more usable. Another feature that we're going to have in the portal is the ability to have on the homepage a much richer experience in terms of the latest videos or featured videos. So at the moment, for our header, we just have the option to have an image. Now we're going to have a kind of cover flow on the homepage. And here's an example of what that would look like. So, okay, going back to my previous slide when I was talking about captions and AI and all the pros and the cons, etc. So we've got this situation now where we've got all of these amazing features that are coming into the software as a result of having captioning all the videos and making these AI features available. So the obvious question to ask is, what is going to be the cost of doing this? And this is something that's optional. It's not something that you have to do, but obviously these features rely on these two things being on. And the more videos you caption, the more you're going to be able to have these lovely AI features enabled within MEDIAL. So this is what we're doing. We've got these 3 packages. We've got a starter, a standard, and a plus. The starter package includes a certain amount of hours, includes access to certain AI models, and obviously different turnaround times. And you can see the prices here range from kind of, $1,000 a year all the way up to $10,000 a year. But with the very, very high level packages, you're getting access to the much better models, and also you're getting kind of an all-you-can-eat package as well. You can also do this on a kind of pay-as-you-go basis as well in terms of captions. We've got some costs down there as well for that. So if you're interested in doing this, let us know. We can kind of show you a full demo. This is really designed now to kind of get this out there, inform people of this its existence, so that they're able to budget for it for the next academic year. So if you think you're in a position to do that, let us know. There's going to be flexibility over pricing, negotiation, etc. If you want to do this, then let us know, and we'll see the best deal that we can do for you. So that concludes today's webinar. Thank you for your attention today. We're now going to go into a Q&A session. Have your questions ready. There's a few that we've received throughout the webinar, so we'll address those. Let us know what your questions are, and we'd be happy to answer them.